Well, before I go into my own presentation, the issue of gambling, the answer is just it's wrong, it's wrong. That's it about it. Morally, it's wrong. How can you? I've seen many people that have gone to gambling to the extent that they cannot pay the children's school fees, to the extent that they find it difficult to eat, then permanently indebted till death. To death. It's wrong. So let's, like the last speaker said, what Jesus didn't do, we shouldn't do it. No shortcut. No shortcut. I'm happy I'm doing this after this issue of this gambling thing. There's no shortcut to getting money. There's no shortcut. If the money must last, if you must have a good life, you just have to go the narrow way. Christianity is the narrow way, not the broad way. In Jesus' name. I'm presenting a paper, a very brief paper. And I believe you will learn today. I believe if one person, just one person, benefit from my coming here today, my mission is fulfilled. I start this paper in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The topic given to me, personal development. The subtopic is cultivating a growth mindset. The pastor of this church, the youth leadership at all levels that are here, I count this a great privilege to be invited to make this all-important presentation to this gathering. All thanks to the organizers for trusting me to handle this important topic, believing it will be beneficial to the youth. In an attempt to do justice to this subject matter, I'll draw from my personal life experiences as against scholarly presentation. As doing so, participants will know that all things are possible and achievable if there is a commitment to achieve their set goals. I'm sharing my life experiences with humility and to the glory of God in Jesus' name. I think one of the leaders, they got to know how I started. I think that's the reason why they invited me to come here. And Barrister Bako only knows of Jagaba. Today he knows more about me. You'll be well educated to know about Jagaba today. So whatever I'm going to say here, just my life experience. Nothing, I didn't add anything to it. Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you as well. Matthew 6:3. Seek ye first his kingdom and his righteousness. Jesus was addressing his disciples, that's believers. Here, he's addressing them here, not unbelievers. Teaching them to trust in God to provide all their needs as they keep believing in him. Jesus is not teaching us to be millionaires or billionaires. You don't have to be a Christian to become one. For example, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Dangote, and so on are not Christians. So asking, seeking, knocking, and getting results is within the context of Jesus' teaching to his believers, not the people of the world. Because teaching on how to make money is for everyone, believers and non-believers. True or false? So this text here, many people used to just misquote it out of context. Jesus said this in the context of believers, that they need to focus on Jesus. God to keep providing their needs. Now, what were the worries of the believers then? Clothes, food, drinks, shelter, health, and so on. Just like our own generation. The solution to all this is ask, it shall be given to you. Seek, you shall find. Knock the door, it will be opened. For everyone who asks, receive. The one who seeks, finds. And the one who knocks, the door will be opened. Matthew 6, chapter 7, verse 7 to 8. Now, asking simply means saying something in order to obtain an answer or information. That's asking. Like when I was coming here, I kept missing my rope. So I kept asking. So, and I got the information I needed. That's what I mean. So they will say ask. That's the context. Now, knocking is seeking attention. When you are in somebody's door, you knock. You are seeking the attention of that guy to tell him that somebody is there at his door. Then seeking means attempt to find something. When you are like looking, when you misplace something, you seek, you search. Are you with me? So that you see this ask, you see knock, you see seek. The old Christ combined these things so that we know the importance of what he's trying to tell us. God can supply all our needs, but admonish us to seek, knock, and ask, because this can promote communication between a father and his children. Are we together? Yeah, it can promote communication between you and God, between us and God, between you and your children. Even some of us still live with their parents' houses. I believe if you communicate well with your father, asking is this simple now. It just flows like that. Your father will just, kind of give you. Now, my foundation. Now listen to me attentively. My foundation. High school, unlike Barrister Bako here, by the way, we are from the same place. Don't mind us, eh? We invited Jagaba people to come here. Accidentally, I don't know how. Anyway, my background. You see, somebody like Bako, they had primary school in their place. But also in the villages, we had to trek 10 kilometers to reach our own primary school. So, my primary school was in Kubacha. So that's why we have to reach a certain age before you go to school. So I was 10 years old before I went to primary one. Unlike your own generation. So when I went to school, I lived with my father's friend who's an imam, a Muslim. So let me tell you what I was doing throughout 6 years of my primary school. In the morning, I will sell kose akara. I have to go around with my tray to sell kose before I go to primary school. During the 30 minutes break, there's 30 minutes break. We all know we went to school. I have to rush home to do sulfe dawa or masara. You know sulfe now? With those days we use pistol and mortar to pound. I have to do that. Then within 30 minutes and rush back to the school. I'm telling my routine for 6 years. After school, I'll come and pound either the masara or the corn to powder form and sieve it. Then they give me lunch. Then after that, the next thing I'll do, I'll go to the bush to find firewood for them. Bring firewood. When I come back from the bush, so I just write this so that the thing can flow, but it's here. It's my life experience. When I come back with the firewood, I will have to go and wash the mugs, put water in all the jars in the mugs, and wash all the gongoni for the ablution. After that, they now give me kulukuli to go and sell. I will carry kulukuli house by house, street by street, and sell kulukuli. And nobody Sabako is saying he was born with a golden spoon. I'll carry this kulukuli, sell. Then on weekends like that, particularly Sundays, the Kubacha has a market. So the market is always Monday, but they start late Sundays. So on Sundays, normally I rebel against them. I say on Sundays, I don't want to do any work. So God helped me. They frustrated me. They didn't serve me food for many days to punish me, to make sure I work on Sunday. I said no. And when I discovered that I was not cooperating, they didn't allow me be. So Sunday evening, that's a window I normally have. Sunday evening, these lorries, trucks, 911, they'll come with, these merchants will come with their loads. I'll go after service and carry those loads for them on my head. They call us the Yandoko. We carry them, they give us stipends. Carry them, carry. They give us stipends. Then, in the evening of that Sunday, there's one Hausa man that sells shai. I went to him to learn shai. So every Sunday evening, I'll go and sit down with him. I'll be selling tea. So that's why today, if you give me tea, 2 cups, I'll do like this, it will not fall. It will not fall. I learned from there. So that's what I was doing. And I worked for him for 2 days, and he'll give me 2 kobo as a reward. He gave me 2 kobo. So we continued like that. I remember very well, during break, I'll put all these small monies together. I'll go to my father. That look, this is what I do, this is what I did, this is what I did. They see the money. My father would beat the hell out of me that maybe I stole the money. I said no, until he confirmed, before he now apologized that he got it wrong. So you can see the foundation, how it started. Rome wasn't built in a day. Now, Rush, my secondary school. When I went to secondary school in 1976. I received Christ as my personal Lord and Savior in 1977. And after that, I was baptized. And I was baptized in 1977. And I committed myself into doing 3 things during that period. Studying the Word of God, fasting, and seeking God's face. I insisted that God should bless me. At this tender age, God, you must bless me. I insisted. So, if you read the story of Jacob, are we together? In Genesis, I think 32, 24 to 29, the same thing happened. Jacob insisted, and he was blessed. If you never reach a point in your life that you insist, and you are committed, and God sees your heart to extract a commitment from God to bless you, then you have a long way to go. Now, the second thing I did, there's this large fence Catholic church. So all of us, the school was founded by Catholics. So we used to, all of us go to church there. Not the Catholic way. Protestants do their own, Catholic do their own. So this large compound, just like this one here, during rainy season, I had a special hoe. I'll come between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. and hoe the grass without anybody knowing. I did that for 4 years. People will come and say, who did this? They didn't know them. Up to this moment, none of my classmates, none of the schoolmates ever knew the person that did that thing. I kept quiet. I said, God, this is my service to you. And I want to tell you that I'm so happy I did that thing because I met God. I got myself involved in work of evangelism since 1977. We went to Katsina, this house, Samaguzawa, the northern part of Kaduna said Makalifi Ikara, the northern part of Zaria. We went to evangelize. But maybe that's another subject for another day. But anyway, I'm an evangelist. That's one thing my friend, pastor, is it? Yeah, you didn't know. I'm a full-time evangelist. People, they wanted to make me a reverend. I said, no, I'm okay. An evangelist is more than okay for me. So, we did that. I made commitment to God that I was going to bring a lot of people to his saving knowledge. And I want to tell you, I met Jesus Christ during this period. I met Christ during this period. There was a serious relationship. And God blessed me. And whatever you hear from me today emanated from this point. Now I went to A-level. After this, I taught for 3 years. Brush Primary School, headmaster, and I taught in secondary school for 1 year. Because in those days in Kaduna, they say if you have 7 credits and above, you can teach in secondary school because there were shortages of teachers. So I was taken away from primary school. So I taught in government secondary school, Jagaba, I still remember. So, but later I went to Ekwa Theological Seminary just to study mass communication. In those days, there was a department, mass communication department in that school. So we are there to represent Christians in the media. So if you listen to VOA, Grace Abdu, Alira Abdu, we are in the same class with her. I was supposed to work with BBC Hausa. I was the one that opted out. So I was there 1984 to 88. And while there, my school fees was 900 naira. It may sound very small, but hey, the school fees was 900 naira. It was hell. And my father was a very poor man. So what did I do? I became a gardener in my lecturers' homes. Those that have gardens, the value gardens. I work for their gardens. When they want to pay me, I just give them the school account. Say, please, sir, I'm looking for school fee. Just pay to this account. I became a cleaner in some of the houses, a dry cleaner. I wash their clothes for them, dry clean them, wash, iron everything for them. When they want to pay, give me stipend. I say, please, sir, I'm looking for school fees. Help me pay. Pay the stipends here. Now, the lecturers, one of the lecturers said, if that's the case, I will open a door for you, go walk in our library. So, you see, they saw my effort, but they now say I should walk in the library too. So when I don't have lectures, I walk in the library. Now, I work in many construction sites. Wherever there's construction, you see me carrying blocks there to get money. Because when I was young like you, there's one little sense of pride in me. I say, God, I don't want to beg. I want to earn. Since I made that, I've been working. I started working on construction site, in fact, 1978. Whenever I'm on break, any construction site, I go there and carry blocks. So, apart from that, I work in people's farms. Go and farm for pay. During holiday, with my primary school background, I'll come to my small village, buy bread and put a table. I will sell tea and bread. People will come and buy. My classmates will look down upon me, but the bottom line, they come, I take their money, I chop their money well. So you take tea, you pay. It's not free. So in those days, somebody will come and take 1 pig milk. Somebody 2 self. Nigeria was good that time. So I did all this. So that's how I raised my school fees. And during that, when I'm going back to school, I'll buy this bush meat because we're a hunting community. When I go to Jos, I sell the bush meat from what I realize. Then the money will multiply. Then I put in the school account. Before you know it, I was one of the richest students in school now. All by personal effort, if you don't make a deliberate commitment to make it in life, you find it difficult to understand. Most of these people seated, if Barisa is giving an opportunity today, he will tell you his own life story. Some of you will be amazed. Now, after graduation, I will be snappy so that people can ask questions. After graduations, I was called upon by Ekwa Gongola DCC then, when it was Gongola State, to go there and open a school. Since I've been in the school system, I should go and help them open an Ekwa school. So I went there. As a graduate, can you imagine 1988? They were paying me 300 naira. Haba. 300 naira. So I just got a single room. All my rent is there. Single room. Open toilet, just like any other toilet. Pit toilet, all those stuff, man. So I was there. So I said, what do I know? So I went back to Kaduna State. There's one old Suzuki 100. I picked it, renovated it, straight to Yola. When I closed from school, as the head of that school, I'll carry my motorcycle and do Okada with it. I do Okada. Then, during that period, there was no English church in the entire Gongola State, in the entire DCC. I said, okay, let me open English church. I opened the English church. Before you know it, the church was filled up. Even other members that visit from other churches, they don't go back to their churches again. They stay in that church. Before you know it, within 1 year, we expanded the church 2 times. The second year, 2 times, until they exhausted all the space and look for a new space somewhere. Anyway, that's another story for another day. So, but the point is that, why I brought the issue of this church? While there, then the treasurer of the church, see our pastor, we are not paying him anything. And he visits us. There was no member of the church that I don't know his office and house. Every member knew their houses. I knew their offices. I visited them in offices and in their homes. So before you knew, the church was so united, Then the treasurer said, the pastor has been fueling his motorcycle to visit us. And look at all the monies we've raised. We're not giving him anything. We don't give him any allowance. So he said this, that is unfair on their part. Now they say, okay, they'll be giving me 500 naira. How about plus 300 naira? Now go ahead, they go with that. So one day, I met one of the church members. I said, look, there's one motorcycle in Jos, Roadmaster 195. Some of you don't know it, but they know. Though in Yola, these Fulani people love 195 Roadmaster. In Jos, I went to Jos. I said they should give me a loan of 5,000 naira. So the person, I said, what do I want to do with that money? I said, I want to go to Jos, buy Roadmaster, and go and sell in Yola. They said, okay. They gave me a loan of 5,500. I came to Jos, bought the Roadmaster, fixed it with small money, and wrote it from Jos to Yola. Some of you that know the distance, maybe you don't understand what I'm saying. The whole day journey, I rode that motorcycle. On reaching Yola, I sold it 12,500. How much did I make? 7,000 naira. Hey, that was the biggest money of my life the first got to. 7,000 naira again. No big joke. So, you see, you can see, I'm saying, telling you so you can see the progression. That Rome wasn't built in a day. So, when I did that, why did I do that 7,000? I went to farming, I farmed maize, I farmed rice. Then I was using the proceeds of what for my farm something. I now discovered that Equa Rural Development want these bones to make their feet, chicken feet. Because the bones serve as calcium. It makes the chicken stronger. So they buy it. I said, okay. I was going abattoir after abattoir. Pepper soup joint after pepper soup joint. Gathering bones for 1 year. When I gathered these bones, I now burn the bones. They said I should burn. I burned them. You can't believe it. I sold it to Equa Rural Development. 73,000 naira. Hey, I couldn't leave my house that day. The money was too much. That was money. I'm saying this to encourage you. Rome wasn't built in a day. You can't sit down and begin to watch football and you want it to be well with you financially. You can't. You go and do cha-cha. You can't walk. See, the hard way, the only way. Now, that's what I did. Now, let me tell you, there, immediately I got this 73,000 naira. Don't know what happened. Bible Society of Nigeria offered me an appointment. So the appointment was 1,200 naira. So wouldn't I leave 300 naira appointment? So 1,200 to become a Bible translator, because we are taught to translate. So I was brought from Yola to translate the Hausa Bible. I was a pioneer translator. So I was there doing translation. We finished the Old Testament. The New Testament. Yeah, the Old Testament. Started New Testament. Then they promoted me to be a northern depot manager. See how the progression ba? I hope you see ba? Mata sakuna jiba. That's the progression. So then there was an opportunity. Ekwa wanted somebody, a distributor in Ekwa Gongola DCC. Now, having this background with Gongola DCC, and my wife was still schooling in Yola, I picked the opportunity. I had 73,000. That 73,000, I can pay for the day-old chick. I can pay for the whole truck of lorry to carry feed. I can pay. This was big money. So I went to Yola, got a space, constructed my own shop, not that I rented. Then I started bringing chicken feet. The first batch of the chicken I supplied, I left just 5:30 p.m. because you cannot travel. When the sun is too much, you can't travel with chicken. So, travel with it. And the Yola was so hot that day. I needed an AC to sleep. I can't sleep outside. And I was so exhausted. So I went to my hotel room. Instead of me to leave the chicken, I wanted cold, chicken wanted heat. Instead of me to leave the chicken in my station wagon, I left the chicken. I said they need to enjoy the AC too. So I took them to my room. We slept together with my chicken. All of the chicken died. All died. 7 a.m. People were in my store waiting for that day-old chick to collect that day-old chick. The one they paid for. That was the first day. Can you imagine that? So I went there with the dead day-old chick for them to see that this is what happened, and I apologize. My staff were literally crying. They were literally crying. But I never gave up. And that's the area I want to tell you, that when you start this kind of journey, you have to toughen your heart. You have to develop serious shock absorbers. When they were crying, I just looked. Don't worry. I say, I'll bring your day-old chicks. None of you will receive less. I even add bonus for you. And I had no kobo. Immediately, I said that. I went back to my hotel room, showered. And I wore my suit, put my tie. I didn't have this portobello that time now. Put on my tie. Straight, I went to the governor's office. Then it was military administrator, not democracy. The governor at that time was Issa Disco. That's the popular name they call him. So I went straight to government house with guards. I went to the gate. The military, the soldier men at the gate say, "Young man, come here." I said, "Why are you here for?" I said, "I will come to see the governor." "Are you on appointment?" I said, "No." He said, "Where you are coming?" I said, "No." "Is the chief of staff where you are coming?" I said, "No." "Then why do you want to see him for?" I said, "Sir, I supply the best day-old chicks in sub-Sahara West African, West African sub-Saharan region with zero mortality. I know that one, I killed them now. I was the one that assassinated those ones now. I said with zero mortality rate. I supplied the best chicken feet in the whole of West Africa. And I thought Gongola state need to benefit from this so that the people will love its government. That's why I'm here. One soldier man said, this boy is making sense. So they now call the chief of staff. They say, sir, there's one young man here that I want to see the governor. He said, what for? They now summarize. He said, okay, tell him to come in. I went and saw the chief of staff to the governor. And I played the same record. I don't have to repeat it. Is the governor where you come? I said, no, sir. You mean you can just walk to the government house and say this and you expect to see the governor? I said, sir, I want the governor to be praised. I want people to be happy with your government. People will be happy with your regime. I want the governor to leave a landmark achievement in this state before he leaves. He looked at me and don't just call the governor. Sir, there's one young man here. Then he repeated what I told him. He said, I heard his voice. That's what I've been looking for. That's what I've been looking for. Call the commissioner of agri right now. That young man should go and meet him. They should discuss. I want chicken feeds. I want day-old chick. We have all the facilities with no chicken. No. I need the services of this young man. Instantly, they called the commissioner of agri. I went there. And I played the record. I told him again, this is the way. I don't want to be repeating. He said, actually, we're in need. That I should bring 5,000 day-old chicks. The one I brought, not up to 100. No, sorry, not up to 300. No, just about 400, 430, thereabout. Then now they want 5,000. That I should, when will I bring? I say, sir, the competition of getting these day-old chicks is so high. You have to pay before delivery. If you don't pay, you will not get. I said, that's it. And I'm still a young man. I don't have the capacity to bring for you to pay. He said, okay, like how much? I said, start with 500,000 naira. You can imagine that kind of money at that time. So they say, okay, young man, do you know what to do? I said, no, sir. He said, we're going to start. I'm going to give you 250,000 naira. Hey, in my heart, I say, hallelujah, somebody. You know, 250 is not like 250 now. So immediately, he said that he gave me cash. You know, those days, mostly it's cash. Nigerian was still sleeping. Yahoo boys were not yet born that time. So nobody can carry my money. So I collected 250,000 from him. Straight went to Equa Rural Development, booked for the day-old chicks, for Gongola State Government, and for So when I discovered that I cannot get all, I brought half of that for Gongola State, but my priority was for those that lost their chickens, day-old chicks. I serviced them all, gave them. From this money, I bought a Corolla car, 35,000 naira. Brand new Corolla. They call it that time Banaba Harka. It was one in town. I would drive it. People would say, we like this car. It was red like that, reddish in color. So, you see, that's the resilience you must develop. But you think you sit down and you want to just have it like that, it's going to be difficult. Now, I established a company called Gospel Waves. I believe, who ever has a Gospel Waves? I established, Gospel Waves was my company. I was the one that promoted Palm Monday that you know today. Isaac Magaje, Pauline Gergedi, and others. I had over 100 labels under my company. So, in fact, I could remember Palm Monday alone, one trailer will carry cassette. One trailer be filled with cassette from Lagos to Jos. And people be struggling to buy. Fight will erupt because my distributors, everybody wants it to go and sell. Because all over the country they wanted it. And I made a hell of money, using that company. And I established one shop in Yola. I told you that already. I built the shop. I came to Nyanya here, constructed a shop by the Equa Church Nyanya when it was still on the, I constructed a shop just by the highway there. When the church was in that location. I constructed a shop there. We wrote an agreement, signed an agreement with the church. By so year, they will take it over from me. And then I'll pay rent. I built one in Gwagwalada. I had two shops. The headquarters was Jos. I had one shop in Terminus. I bought the shop. My head office was in Tafa Belewa, number 58 Tafa Belewa. Gobs Waves headquarters. I bought machines from US. I was dubbing tapes for people, dubbing CDs for people. I'm just trying to tell you how to see the progression. So some of you that only know Jagaba as a former member of National Assembly, you miss it. Now, that's how I started. Now, there's something important that I have to tell you. When you are doing this, you must be trustworthy. When you have muku muku kona kona kumbia kumbia lifestyle, you will not make it in life. So I could remember a friend of mine, he's late, I won't mention his name, but some people know him here. He came to me, he was a local government chairman. He came to me, said, almost every time he comes to my house. He said, help me keep this 500,000 naira. I said, okay, sir. I got the money, that Diamond Bank that time. I kept the money in Diamond Bank. So, and I was trading with the money, I refused to tell him. But I'll take you to that point. I'll go to Benue and buy 2 trucks of soybeans and supply to Equa Rural Development. 3 trucks, 4 trucks of soybeans to be supplying. So I got, and somebody around my environment, I know that guy knew he didn't have a house in Jos. So I went and bought a 3-bedroom flat, well fenced, as in well fenced, 150,000. I paid for it. When the man came one day, somebody told him that, I don't chop him money finish. I don't know how his family member got to know. He just came to my house with his wife. His wife was one of these people that, I believe she was the one that did it. They saw me happy. That there's no problem. That I should go to the bank that he needs that 500,000. I said, no problem, sir. We went to the bank. Diamond Bank. When I went to the bank, I said, sir, I need money. He said, how much? Normally when I go, because I was one of the biggest people that have money in that bank. 750,000, no be small money. So whenever I'm going to bank, I'll go and sit down. I'll be in manager's office. They make tea for me with snacks. Can you imagine the enjoyment? And they'll bring the cash to me. Both don't arrive. So they did that. Then I told him I want 750,000. He said, what? How can we get 750,000 today? That's to tell you the value of the money. He said, sir, can we make it tomorrow around 11, between 11 and 12? So that we go to Central Bank and bring that kind of money. You can imagine the value of that money. So when my friend he now calmed down. He knew his money was safe. In the morning, we went to the bank. My money was in the manager's office. Collected the money. My friend said, but my money was 500,000. I said, sure. But he sees 750. I say, yeah. I said, don't worry. I will explain that later. I said, there's one house I want to buy. I want to take you to that house. It's close to my house. I want to take you to that house. So as a friend advised me whether I should buy that house. I went. The people came out. They greeted me as landlord. But he saw it as they were greeting me as a potential buyer. I didn't know. I just kept quiet. We went to my house. We sat down. I said, do you like that house? He said, in fact, if he had that kind of house in Jos, He doesn't have any problem again. I just brought out papers in his name. I said, it's your house, I bought it for you. He said, how? I said, you gave me money. I traded with the money. So trips to Benue. I got this money and they sold this house just 150,000. And he even recommended I can buy it at 300. So I said, it's your house, it's in your name. And your money is 500,000. See your 500,000 still here. Plus this 150 for the house. See your paper. I said, this 250,000 is still your money. It's part of the gain. The man sat down close to 1 hour. The question now here, are there Nigerians like that? I say, yeah, see one before you. I carry all his money, gave it to him. The wife was so embarrassed. I recalled the long story. The man said, sir, you see my friend, there's nothing can do to you that can pay you back. But take this 150,000, I dash you. So he left with the house, and he gave me 500, and he left with cash against 600. So he gave me 150,000, and I was okay. Because in my heart, I didn't cheat him. So for this one came with much blessing that for me to cheat him. So that's how I grew my business. You have to trust. People must trust you. If you go and say, Mr. A or Madam A, please, I want to do this. They should be able to trust you to give you that thing. Now, my journey to politics. I was there, they created Kagaluko local government that time. My father lived and died as a politician. So all my father friends gathered that I must come and contest chairmanship. My father suffered sponsoring people with his farm produce and never benefited. Now is that his turn to sponsor his son. I resisted. They dragged me into it. So I joined politics. I won the primaries now, but I announced the radio that I was the winner. But they say I'm Jagaba minority in Kagaluko local government. I no win election. So they removed my name and put somebody. Just for them to discover that they will never win election without me because the people wanted me. So retired generals, though, they nailed down before me that I should please accept it. I had to say no. I'm too small for them to do that for me. I now accept it. That's how we won the election during Abacha era. And so I became the first vice chairman of that local government. Now I became PDP secretary, Kaduna State. I was secretary of the party. I became member, National Assembly, 3 times member of National Assembly. I was 12 years in the National Assembly. Now, all today, youth like you, this guy is fortunate. Look at him. He was in National Assembly for 12 years. He doesn't have problem. He doesn't have this. If they want if you have to pass through my narrow road, how many of you can pass through those narrow roads? God sees your heart. Oh, bless you. God doesn't walk with people that are not willing to walk. That's why in the Bible they say, if cannot any person that cannot walk shouldn't eat. But some of you, just homes eating daddy's food, mommy's food, always in the kitchen. Because of your stomach, you are always a mommy's baby. Always in the kitchen. You don't want to find something for yourself. Now there's something time bar. I'm summarizing. Yeah, I'm finishing stuff. So, there in the house, my first time I was chairman, anti-corruption, national ethics and values. That time only 33 people were chairman and I was one of them. And after the 33, only 15 had office and I was one of them. My second tenure, I became chairman of financial crime. Few committees I was able to get. And the third time, I was chairman in Tiro, House Committee on Tiro. And I used that and fixed over 400 youth. Immigration, fire service, correctional service. By the way, correctional service, I was the one that changed the name from prison to correctional service. And I fix everybody, all the fixable. I fix the people that came to me. Not minding your tribe, where you come from, I don't belong the care. So long as you are Christian, minority part specifically, I don't have any problem with you. Some in Gombe, some in I don't care. I kept fixing people in those positions. Now, lessons to learn from this short story of mine. One, even if you have covenant with God, you must work hard to achieve your dreams and goal. Even God make promise to you. You have to work hard to get it. You can't get that. That promise cannot come with you sleeping. Two, don't despise humble beginning. Don't despise humble beginnings. God does not work with lazy people. That's number three. God doesn't work with lazy people. If you are lazy, why did God pick Paul? Saul and made him Paul? Because he was so zealous in persecuting Christians. Is God say, let me pick this guy so that he can be so zealous in persecuting the devil. That's how God works. You cannot be lazy and expect something good. Don't look down on people because of their present condition, because you don't know what they may become tomorrow. You girls particularly, you girls, you want somebody that has made it in life. Get somebody that you see that he has zeal. He has this push so that you build your life together. Establish homes. You go there, you go and see established life. Conclusion. Knowing my struggles from my primary schools, secondary school, and university, who will ever dream that I will become what I am today? If I, Honorable Jagaba, Adam Jagaba, a son of nobody in the society, from a very remote village that is hardly motorable, God picked me, dusted me, blessed me, and used me. He can do much more with you. Just trust him. And like the birds of the sky, in Matthew 25:34, he will be there for you. He will meet all your needs. God bless you all.
If you know you are blessed, can you join your hands together for that? We thank God for that. We still have some few minutes. Let's just attend to questions. I will give numbers. The first three people I will take. I start. If you have a question you want to ask, please, you can ask. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yes, I start with 1. If possible, you come out. The three of you just come out so that you can use the mic.
Thank you once again, sir, for this enlightenment. My question is, at the time that listening to all of these records, I'm tempted to say that if I was just to listen, if I was just to hear the last part of your achievement, I would say this man has taken Nigerian money, or he find it easy, or it's because he has been a politician, that is why he's telling us all of this. But listening to your background, sir, did you at a point that you were passing through this process had it that you were going to be at the level that you are today, or with what you achieve? Thank you.
All right, the next one.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Naftali Yakubu. Please, sir, from the beginning of your story, we were made to understand that from your background, you had nothing, and your parents had nothing. What were your biggest challenge, and what were the things that kept you pushing to get to where you are today? Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Okay, my question has to do with your I noticed you had a lot doing, like you were doing importing, exporting, you were doing recording, you were doing a lot of things. I just want to know, I'm really interested in business, so I want to know how you were able to manage the whole of your empire, because for me it was empire. You had shops here and there, and they were successful in most of the journey. So how were you able to manage the entire wealth, the entire people you were working with and all of that? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Sorry, help me. Thank you very much. Let me start with number one. Did I know I was going to reach this side? The answer is no. I was just being faithful in every step. So I was faithful, trusting God. The next step. I live every day at a time. I don't try to carry tomorrow's burden on my head. I don't do that. And I never knew I was going to reach this high at all. I never knew. In fact, when I joined politics, the time is short. Whenever I say this, people say I need to write a book. I remember Baris I used to have. When I came to the politics, I had my money because I was established. So after that chairmanship, I resigned after just a few months. I said I won't serve again. So Abacha organized an election, House of Representatives. I contested. It was aborted. I did that 2 times. By 1999, all my money got finished. I had no dime. I sold one of my cars. The other one parked. So I was even trekking. I was riding Yamaha 100. I said, I could remember I went to my sister who is married in Kuwait. When she saw me, she shedded tears. I said, my sister, I said, don't worry. At my destination, I've not started. I'm yet to start. Don't worry. Because I never gave up. That's the point I'm trying to put across. I never gave up. I remember Pope and the paramount ruler of Jagaba didn't allow people to do mining for antiques. I just prayed and went straight to him. I said, Daddy, I want to go to Ramindom and Indofa site and Taime site. I want to go in and see whether I can mine antiquities. He looked at me. He said, my son. I said, sir, I don't allow people to do it. But something means telling me that you allow you to go and do it. He called the district head, go. Allow him. These are the challenges I'm talking about. He said, go. I went, got small antiquity, and just kept. I didn't sell them. Then 99 came. I came out. I had no shishi. So I packed these antiques. I sold. I discovered that they're very valuable. So I got money there. When I got money, I bought the form. I did everything necessary. I printed posters. I didn't have money to move on. I prayed and fasted. I said, God, I'm going to 3 people in Kaduna. He knows their name. I'll mention them. I'll mention because you don't know them. I prayed. I said, God, if truly you want me to win this election, this time around, those 3, one of them is very stingy. He doesn't give money. Very, very stingy. I say, I'll go to this man. If he gives me money, I know it's your will that I should contest this election. After the prayers, I went there. I showed him my poster. I said, oh, God, I won't contest House of Reps. He said, House of Reps, what are your challenges? I said, oh, God, I need some money. How much do you need? I said, just 50,000 is okay. He brought 100,000. I didn't know when tears came out of my face because I knew God has answered my prayer. I moved to the second person. I said, oh God, I want contesting reps. So see my poster. He said, you are contesting reps. That's good. He will carry it straight to his bedroom. That's good. That's good. Then he came out and brought 150,000 naira. I went to the third person. Amos Gandu, I mentioned that one. I say, the other one is Madaki. And the other one is Nuhiwa. You know what I'm saying? So, I went, Amos said, Bros, big bros. I said, you want to contest for the best? No, you need to be encouraged. You need to be encouraged. He went straight to his boot and opened the boot and gave me 200,000. Tell me what further evidence do I need? So that's how I had my struggles. That's the truth of the matter. But I never allowed them to put me down. I always stand up. When you fall down, if you fall 7 times, you fall 7 times, rise again. So that's the story. Now, that's the biggest challenge. That's question 2. I met some challenges, but I have to forge ahead. And the last question, who asked that question? What was the question? Sorry, I don't want to. Oh, manage. Yeah, that's right. You see, you have to trust some people in business. You have to trust people. You try people when they're okay, you work with them. If they're not okay, fire them. Don't employ anybody that you cannot fire. Don't bring your brother, your sister to work with you. Because don't bring your relations. Because those ones who create family problems. For decades, you are children and children. You would be fighting because of that. So bring somebody you can fire. And bring somebody that has a recommendation from somebody. So that if something happens, I say, is this guy the brother? Oh yeah, call him to order. So I had 2 sales person in Gwagwalada, 2 sales person in here, and I had a supervisor to run the 2 places. And I forgot I even opened a branch in Kaduna Sef. I had a branch in Amadu Bello Way. I bought the shop. If you know Kaduna Market, by the Amadu Bello Way, I bought a shop there. I don't compromise the location in that place. So I managed like in Kaduna, they were selling, they were chopping the money. Selling, they were chopping the money. I fired them.